This was part of a broader network that had been forming for a few years that a group of us have been building called platform cooperativism. A group of startups and activists, entrepreneurs who were trying to figure out how to bring cooperative models into the online economy. How to make Uber drivers owners of Uber, and how to make Facebook users owners of Facebook. How to create companies, new kinds of companies that were owned by the people who really depended on them. So we had like a Stocksy United, a stock photo platform, really great, by the way, that is owned by its photographers, and Savvy, which is a co-op of patients who are providing insights to healthcare related startups on their own terms, owned by the patients themselves. But this is all pretty small scale. And we're still saw a long way between the kinds of things that we were calling for and the mainstream tech economy. Yet the following year, these letters started showing up on the desk of the US Securities and Exchange Commission, the body that oversees financial regulation and company ownership. These were letters asking the SEC to allow the companies to share ownership with their users. Now, SEC regulations already allow, and it's quite common, companies to share equity as compensation with their employees, right? This is a tool startups use a lot, especially to acquire high-value talent early on. Say, hey, if we do well, you benefit along with the investors and the founders and everybody else. But it's not so easy to do it with this weird new category we have of users. Now, what are users? Sometimes they look like workers, if you're talking about a rideshare driver. Sometimes they look like, what is a Airbnb host? A worker, a consumer, a landlord? What is that? So it's this funny new category that we've created that's kind of in the middle of a bunch of roles. And that's what makes platforms so dynamic, that they allow for this kind of gray area. But it also means they don't fit into the legal boxes. Here, these companies just, 1 or 2 years after we were making this crazy utopian request of Twitter, these companies are actually asking Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, Postmates, asking SEC, can you please let us do the crazy thing that the radicals out there are saying we should do? Of course, they had different reasons for doing it. Their IPOs are coming up. They're trying to figure out how to, do whatever you're doing before an IPO. Probably people in this room understand that better than I do. They're trying to protect the loyalty of these users. They're trying to create, a stronger relationship in, sometimes increasingly competitive markets. Have some less tradable shares running around. Who knows? But nevertheless, they saw value in this kind of economic democracy, that this kind of shared ownership that we thought was only, the work of the margins.